Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So as you guys can tell, yes, we are using CoinFi today because we want a little bit more of an accurate depiction on not only the holders tab, but we also want to just take a quick gander at a few things. 24-hour volume, obviously, ZB.com is absolutely killing it. And if we do come down here, I know that the long list of exchange listings is pretty substantial. But we do see the 1.2% still holding strong. This has not updated since the 8th. I do think that this updates every single month or every single 2 months. So we'll definitely keep a close eye on this one as we do kind of range into like August, September or so. Yeah, in regards to the, I don't know what's up with this. I think that this is actually broken. But in regards to the holders tab, look at that massive steep, hill that we're climbing, going all the way back as far as like even like January of this year. Like go back to January when we were sitting at 45,000 wallets. We are now nearly at 20,000 new additional wallets since then in 7 months. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Love to see it though. I mean, honestly, like when we really kind of look at quants, this thing is something special. I just recently tweeted out saying, what are people going to say when one quant is worth more than Ethereum? And you know what? I'm sure that that's going to, sometimes it really does kind of make me smile when I see like people hating on like tokens and they're just like, QNT is an ERC20 token. How is it going to be bigger than Ethereum? Blah, blah, blah. And it really kind of just proves the arrogance of a lot of individuals within this sector that just do not do their substantial research enough to understand that like Quant is blockchain agnostic and could be on any blockchain, and in seconds, by the way. So you love to see that. But talking about a 2008 financial crisis, I made a video recently on QNT where I did share this specific video talking about a financial crisis, and it was the idea like of describing where we currently are in this moment in time compared to 2008. I know that I'm a little bit too young to fully understand the systemic shock that 2008 definitely brought because I did not experience it financially because at that current moment in time I was like around 10 years old, just to kind of be fully transparent with you guys. So to me, like it wasn't like a full on I experienced it front hand sort of aspect, but I will say this. I was studying business and I was studying finance at that time, and I was doing a lot of research around like economics and business because since I was young, I always loved business. I always wanted to own a business, and I always wanted to be a CEO at some point in time. And during 2008, I seen what was happening. I seen that mortgages were being defaulted on. I seen that banks were running out of liquidity to back up their mortgages. Basically, the entire liquidity supply dried up pretty quick, causing massive like a catastrophe of just like systemic risk, but also systemic collapse. And when we talk about that and we kind of compare it to where we are now, we are already kind of seeing a collapse over in China, which, by the way, their real estate market is a $55 trillion market. Now, we actually do see here, this is from Quant. Could CBDCs have helped prevent the 2008 financial crisis? Let me skip a little bit ahead. So we do see here CBDCs in preventing financial crisis or crises. And listen closely to this. Let me turn this up real
I
quick.
think CBDCs have their place, and it really comes back to the resilience and the risk in the system. So if you have a central bank on the wholesale end, which issues a wholesale CBDC, and then that authorization of the wholesale CBDC allows commercial banks to issue commercial and regulated stablecoins, they are interlinked. So the risk to the system is visible at all times back to the central bank. And this is something that we didn't have during the financial crisis. And if we had CBDC type technology in the financial crisis, we could have had visibility of systemic risk, very early on before it became, as a crisis and what happened.
And that's also like the main issue around like the financial system is you just don't have transparency around systemic risk happening. Like We see that happening now with central banks where they are kind of pinpointing and trying to point the finger and blame, like for an example, the Fed. We've seen like the government just recently, President Biden basically blaming consumers for inflation. It's kind of comical. It's funny. We can laugh at it and all, but again, like when they try to start, playing the blame game, that's where we do kind of see a concerning factor building up around the financial sector. But do I believe that CBDCs could help alleviate a lot of the pain points around finance, specifically around like even central banks? Yeah, I do believe so. And I do believe that Quant will play a pivotal role within that current moment in time once we do get to the point of, ushering in digital assets. And talking about that, we actually do see over here, I'm fascinated with the many ways blockchain can be used in the real world to improve data security, prove ownership, and add efficiency, traceability, and provenance to many processes. And this is, of course, Saxo Bank founder. I'm not even going to try to say his name, Lars Sear. I'm not even going to try it, but we do see here, yeah, he's talking about, in the coming years, basically new business models will be invented because of, blockchain. I'm fascinated with the many, ways blockchain can be used in real world to improve data security, prove ownership, and add efficiency, traceability, and provenance to many processes. The projects that consist of hot air and hype will fall or fail. But out of the dust will rise great projects and companies for the future economy. So, it is a healthy shakeout that will focus investors on tech and science quality more or much more in the coming years. And yeah, he's talking more so about like a dot-com bubble like, aspect around crypto. And yeah, I actually do think that this will happen. Around like regulations, I do think that as regulations do get ushered in, we will see a lot of these scam tokens and scam projects that are just kind of, filled with, all hype, no substance. They will basically disappear and cease to exist. And what we will have left over is projects like Quant or, even XRP, XLM, Algo, HBAR. Like, these are the main ones. And these are also like the main ones that I try to tell you guys on a daily basis to like continue to pay attention to, because they definitely are changing the ways, that we are going to be living our daily lives going forward. And they are focused on some significant use cases. And talking about Saxo Bank, this is actually a very large bank. I was actually doing a little bit of research on them, and I found out that they're actually moving in on blockchain pretty quickly. And we actually do see here, I know that this is taking a little bit to load, but the future is yours to shape. Get access to over 60,000 financial products, plus everything you need to make an informed decision about putting your plans into action. And then down here, we do see 850,000 clients worldwide. 95 plus $1 billion in client assets, 270,000 daily executed trades, and 25 plus years of experience in the industry. Now, yes, there's no connection between this and Quant. I'm just bringing up this name because this is exactly the types of names that we pay attention to when they are talking about crypto. We do see here Saxo Bank powers 200 plus banks and brokers and 400 plus financial intermediaries. The reason why I really kind of bring this up is, and also, by the way, 200 plus million open API requests slash a day, 135 plus partner applications, 400 plus financial intermediaries, 200 plus partner banks and brokers. And of course, yes, you could check out all of the, so like they have like the partner solutions here, which kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown on some of their partners too. It really kind of goes in depth on a few of them. For an example, you guys can see like a few here, like white label, introducing brokers, FX, prime brokerage, sorry, and then there's a whole bunch of other ones. We also do see like who we serve, banks, brokers, external asset managers, financial advisors, and fintechs. Like, it's a very large bank, like I said, and a few of them are like standard bank. There's a few other ones here as well. I wish that like this had like a scroll tab, but trusted by over 120 banks and brokers and 300 plus financial intermediaries. There's a few other ones as well. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a bunch of all of the client stories down here if you guys want to go check out this bank. Like I said, them discussing crypto and where we are basically headed should give you a nice idea on, like, why regulation should be a key aspect to continue to focus on. Like I always say, this is the type of demand that we will see for crypto going forward. Like all of these major names, all of these major clients, all of the major, aspects that they're doing on a day-to-day basis, like in terms of like transaction flows, capital flows, everything will flow over blockchain technology or just crypto technology in general at some point in time. This is why I say regulations are such a key aspect for this market. And also, by the way, going back over to this article from yesterday, stablecoin CBDCs face big hurdles before knocking out fiat. And we do see down here, could stablecoins and central bank digital currencies ever replace, fiat? The big thing fiat has that stablecoins don't have is the ability to track who owns what and what has moved, and this helps to mitigate against money laundering, illicit financing, among others. And a lot of this actually has been solved. I mean, like, know your customer has been a big thing that has been getting ushered in around like a lot of exchanges, around like a lot of like even decentralized exchanges too. Like I was just I think it might have been on Coinbase Wallet. I think I might have been using Uniswap or something, and it wanted me to put KYC to like recover my wallet or something like that. It was pretty crazy. I never seen that before, but it did get flagged. I think it might have been because my account was hacked and I had to go through the whole process of them like basically knowing, that I own the wallet. So maybe that was it. But nonetheless, we do see down here, for CBDCs, it's more of an interoperability issue. He pointed out, adding that, a lot of central bank digital currencies tend to function in silos, which ultimately affects adoption. Fixing those two hurdles, the issue of compliance when it comes to stablecoins and interoperability for CBDCs, would make regulated digital currencies a major game changer for payments in emerging markets. And, beyond their game-changing attribute, he said stablecoins and CBDCs will replace fiat and end up being the payment currency of the future. For instance, the fact that fiat or paper money sits in physical vaults introduces huge cost and reconciliation and settlement issues into the process of transferring money because that physical aspect does not move as quickly and cheaply as digital components. And, I honestly think that when we take a look at like CBDCs or even tokenization of money, yeah, this is like the future of cash. I think that when we talk about like even systemic risk around like interoperability, frictionless payments and stuff like that, like everything gets solved through a lot of like the processes that we talk about on a day-to-day basis around crypto, specifically even around like Quant, which again I think plays a pivotal role within this aspect, simply because interoperability is 100% needed for adoption. We do see down here today, conventional fiat transactions are processed through a centralized hub that connects fiat payments from different banks or financial institutions across the world. But according to, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. If there's any issues with the hub, temporarily the entire network will be affected, not to mention the huge cost factor and other operational and reconciliation issues associated with operating a central hub. And of course, they do mention a few of the participating financial institutions down here, like EcoBank, Fidelity, Access, and UBA. So, yeah, pretty large names. And, these are the names that are jumping into crypto head first. They do not care about the market, structure. They don't even care about the market integrity. I've always said, like, price action does not matter to these individuals. This is why I always say, like, pay attention. And also, last but not least, for those that have stayed around until the end of the video, give yourself a round of applause. And also, I do completely appreciate all of you because you guys are the OGs. But nonetheless, talking about Quant and talking about price action alone. So I know that a lot of people think that we're done seeing under the $100 range for Q&T. But this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this nice little melt up continuation to around this demand zone, which goes back a little bit to the March, February timeframe, which a lot of people are going to say, all right, this is it. We're going to the moon. We're going to $200 plus. I actually think that after this, we come down and test this major demand area at about $56. You might be wondering, well, where's the demand down here? I don't even see it. Well, it's actually more so going all the way back here to, June. Again, remember, we had that nice little run up and then a retest of this demand zone before we went to the all-time high. That's exactly what I'm expecting here, where we do have that nice retouch at the bottom, and then from there we go to $200 plus, which is what I'm waiting for personally. I do not believe that, we haven't seen, all the price action yet under $100. I think that we will visit under $100 eventually here soon, and that is what I'm waiting for. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As this is up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.